Today I'm going to show you exactly how much I got paid in dividends for the month of February. I'm going to show you every dividend stock that paid me for the month of February. I'm going to explain exactly how I track all of my dividend income in one simple spreadsheet, and I'm going to show you which dividend stock picks I'm going to be buying next. Hi guys, my name is Dennis, and in this channel I talk about personal finance as well as my continuous journey to financial freedom. So I've been building my dividend portfolio since around 2021 when I was still in full-time school. And because of that, I didn't really get to invest much into my portfolio. But my ultimate goal is to create enough passive income in the form of dividends to never run out for the rest of my life. And I want to do this hopefully by the age of 40. This means that I have exactly 11 years left to pick up the slack and grow my portfolio as well as grow this channel right here at a much faster rate than before. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. So for my type of investing, I chose something called DGI, which means dividend growth investing. DGI is the habit of buying blue chip dividend paying companies over a long period of time. Now this is very cool for me because blue chip dividend paying companies increase their dividends over time while not sacrificing the growth of their stocks. This means that not only am I gonna get a dividend increase every single year with these stocks, but I'm also gonna watch these stock prices grow over time. Which means that blue chip dividend paying companies have the best of both worlds when it comes to both dividends and growth. Plus, in my opinion, the best part of it all is that I'm planning on reinvesting every single dividends that I'm getting from these companies back into these same companies, so I'm gonna have compound interest work for me over the years. Now normally with dividend growth investing, I usually look into three things before buying a company. I look into the dividend payouts of this company, I look into the dividend increases, and then I look into the share price growth over time. This helps my portfolio be strong in addition to being safe, since all three of these facts combined will increase my investing portfolio exponentially. Now most of the dividend companies that I own pay out their dividends quarterly, which means that I see a higher amount of dividend income in the months of March, June, September, and December. Now the last quarterly month of December was the highest dividend income that I've ever received in my portfolio. You guys can check out this video right over here. Now since February is not a quarterly month of the year, I'm expecting to see a lower amount of dividend income in comparison to other quarterly months of the year like December and September. So with all that being said, let's get straight into my Robinhood portfolio to show you guys the numbers. So the first thing you have to do is log into your Robinhood portfolio, press the little person icon on the bottom right hand side of the screen, then press the little hamburger icon on the top left side of the screen, and you are looking for reports and statements. And as soon as you click on reports and statements, you click on your individual account and you will see every single month statements listed right over here. Now since I'm specifically looking for my February statement, which is the most recent one, I'm gonna click the one at the top, and when I zoom in on the first page all the way under income and expense summary, I see that I got paid a total of $25.95 for the month of February. Now $25.95 worth of dividends might not seem like it's a lot of money at first, but when you look at the dividend tracker spreadsheet that I've made to track my dividends, you can see that this year's February is $6 more than last year's February. This means that I must be doing something right since my dividend income has increased every single February so far. And when looking at both January and February of this year so far, it already looks like I'm off to a great start for the year, and if I can keep my dividends increasing instead of decreasing every single month just like this, I'll be on track to having a consistently growing portfolio every single year. By the way, if you want to use my dividend tracker template, I'll leave a link below in the video description where you can press file, make a copy, and name it whatever you want to name it so that you can start tracking your dividends today. Now seeing the total amount that you got paid for the month is great, but what I actually want to see is which companies paid me and exactly how much they paid me. So I'm going to go back into the main menu, and instead of statements, I'm going to click on history. And on the top, I'm going to narrow it down based on only dividends since that's what I'm looking for. And then I'm gonna scroll down all the way to the beginning of February, and it looks like a total of 9 companies paid me for the month of February. Starting with one of my long-term holdings in my portfolio, which is AT&T, and they paid me a total of $10.07. The only thing I want you guys to know about AT&T is actually in the past year, they broke their dividend increasing streak, and they actually started lowering their dividends little by little, so keep that in mind. Next, after AT&T, I have a company called AG&C, which paid me $1.20. But I'm most likely going to sell this stock soon since it no longer fits the vision that I have in my portfolio. Now, before I move on to the next stock, I wanted to let you guys know that starting right now, I'm going with a little bit of a different direction for my dividend portfolio. I'm actually gonna make a full breakdown video soon of all of the changes that I'm planning on making to my portfolio, going over everything that I want to sell and everything that I want to buy to change up my portfolio. I'm also going to explain exactly why I decided to pivot my portfolio into this new direction. So stay tuned for that video. Now, the next stock that paid me is Stag Industrial. They paid me a total of 30 cents. And then we have NNN REIT, which paid me a total of $2.47. And then we have another REIT, which is one of my favorites, called O Realty Income, and they paid me a total of $2.30. And then we have one of my all-time favorite companies, Apple, and they paid me a total of $1.48. Then we have a company that I'm thinking of selling, which is Prospect Capital, and they paid me a total of $3. And then we have one of my favorite ETFs, which is SPHD. They paid me a total of $2.88. And the last company that paid me is another ETF called PEY, and they paid me a total of $2.25. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you can help this video spread to more people. Thank you. So as you guys might have seen, most of the dividend companies that paid me have a little reinvested word right next to them. This means that I signed up to Robinhood's drip features that allows me to reinvest the same dividends back into this same stock no matter what. Now, the first company that paid me for February is AT&T, and I personally decided for this company to get reinvested back into itself without me having to lift a finger. So as I click on AT&T and scroll all the way down, you see that I have a total of 36 shares of AT&T, and I got paid a total of 27 cents per share, which equals the $10 that we spoke of before. Now, these $10, when reinvested, bought me a total of 0.56 shares of AT&T. Now, I can edit exactly which company I want to reinvest back into itself with this little button at the bottom called Edit Dividend Reinvestment. And as soon as I click that, you will see every single company that I own and every single company that I want to reinvest back into itself. So if you guys are curious in that, you can sign up in Robinhood. Now, I told myself that I'm gonna be investing at least $100 on video every single month. So now I'm gonna show you guys which stocks that I decided to buy for this month. Now, when going into my portfolio's overview, I can see all the ways that I'm diversified in my portfolio. And since my portfolio is not really diversified across all 12 sectors of the market, I personally prefer to have it diversified across stocks and ETFs. But unfortunately, as you can see right over here, only 36% of my portfolio is actually diversified into ETFs in the first place. So I decided to invest all of my budget into ETFs this month, starting with ticker symbol QQQ, which is a new ETF that I introduced into my portfolio last month. Now, QQQ is an exchange-traded fund that tracks the NASDAQ 100 index, with around 50% of it heavily invested into tech stocks. Now, tech stocks have been growing rapidly in the past few years, and now that technology is improving even more with AI on the rise, new tech companies are starting to grow in price every single day. But the only one issue I found about QQQ is actually that it has a very low dividend paying rate, between around 0.2 to 0.5% every single year. Now, at first that kind of made me feel weird about purchasing QQQ even though I'm a dividend investor, but then I remembered that I own 6 shares of Apple and they don't really pay much in dividends themselves. Investing in tech stocks like Apple and QQQ will not pay you much in dividends, but it will actually have a great growth potential over time. Now, since QQQ is one of the new ETFs that I have in my portfolio, I'm gonna invest most of my budget, which is $80 into this stock right now. So since $80 is not a full share of QQQ, instead of buying in shares, I'm going to buy in dollars instead. So I'm gonna click on buy, put in 80, review, and swipe up. It's as simple as that. Now, the remaining $20 budget, I'm gonna invest equally between two of my favorite ETFs, which is VOO and VTI, which both track the US stock market overall. Pretty much, if you believe in the financial future of the United States, these are the two ETFs to invest into. So I'm gonna buy $10 of VOO right now, and I'm gonna buy $10 of VTI right now. I personally feel like there isn't much of a point of diversifying across the 12 sectors of the stock market since most ETFs are already well diversified on their own. Now, I understand that becoming a dividend investor seems like a very daunting task with so many things to know and consider. But investing doesn't always have to be as complicated as you think. You can even start investing, as you saw right here, with as little as $100. That's exactly why I made this video right over here, where I show you how simple it could be to invest with $100. Also, let me know in the comments below if you want to see me diving deeper into my Robinhood portfolio. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like always, I just want you to remember that no matter what, everything is figure outable.